Hey guys, Alex Kirby here with the LG G3. Currently this is the international version because they don't have the US versions in the country yet. So we'll start with the classic knock knock. Open up the device. The first thing that you'll notice is the 5.5-inch display. It's a QHD display, just 4 times the HD quality of a regular HD display. It's a fantastic screen. You can really tell the difference of the above 500 pixels per inch. It's normally said that we could only see around 300, but it's so obvious how great this screen is. It's fast, very responsive going back and forth. The fold at the very end is just a cool thing as a part of the graphic user interface. And a lot of the things they highlighted in the device, one of the main things was the display of the device, which is one that honestly is really captivating. And normally, I'm not one to be a fan of on-screen buttons. I normally really hate that there's a bar behind them. This one gives your full wallpaper and everything, and the wallpapers that are with the device actually go into the color of the device to try to make it more of a unique device so that everything flows really nicely. So just real quick, some user interface things with the on-screen buttons. I moved these around because I have a Galaxy S4 and this is just the order that I'm used to. You can move these around. If you press this one, you'll get all of what you're working on, and then if you hold it, you get your normal settings button. The home button takes you home, obviously, and then again, holding it, you can go straight to Google Now, or you can touch and drag. You could go to Q Voice, Google Now, or you could go to Q Memo. So that'll open up Q Memo, and then you can just do it right on top of whatever you're doing. And when you're in an application, it does actually give you the bar behind the buttons so that you know that those buttons are actually there, and it lifts the screen just a little bit. Then again, for the back button, it does go back. I'm obviously not anything, but holding it brings up the second displays. So throw internet, let's see, throw internet up here, and messaging down here. Bam. Then now you have the dual screen sort of display, which is something that I've liked in a lot of the Android versions. Comes with 4.4 KitKat. It's going to be running on a 2 gigabytes of RAM, with a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. Let's also go into the camera, which is another of their main highlights. So we'll look at the back of the device in just a second and go with the entire hardware after we're done with the software. But as you can see, all the focus buttons, these are actually a laser focus, which we'll see on the back. And to take a picture, you no longer have to click and then take the picture to focus and then tell it to take it. You simply click it and it takes the photo. That is probably the best part about this device right now. They realize that you don't need to go above the 13 megapixels that it has. What you need to do is get a faster shoot. That's what people really want. So if we go back through, after the camera, it also has the front-facing camera, which is a 2 megapixel camera, which is adapted for low light situations. Back around, go back home, okay, and then with that they also have, you can see all of their new applications that are integrated into the device are really centered around the design of a circle, and that's something that they really focused on in their press conference as well. So all in all, it's an amazing device. It has all sorts of smart things, as they're calling it. It has smart, basically reminders, it has everything that you can need and that people have been asking for a while. It looks like they've, instead of trying to innovate in a direction that they thought would be necessary, they listened and actually learned from what everybody wanted. So that's about it for the user interface. It's predominantly just a nice light skin over 4.4, and it's something that I really enjoy. Now originally, not having the on-screen buttons, not normally a thing I like, but it's how they do it is really great. I like it. However, something that I was skeptical of the G2 was when the buttons were on the back. These buttons, in comparison to the G2, I think feel a lot better. They're a lot more centered for your finger to be touching them in the back. As well, you can also see that the back is curved. You may not be able to perfectly see that, but it has a nice curve to it, which actually makes it rest fantastically in your hand. It feels good to grab it because they're, again, like other phones have been doing, going a little bit back towards how originally the iPhone 3GS was with the curved back. And though this is a plastic back, it's removable, but it has a metallic finish on it. You can't really get fingerprints on it. It feels smooth. It does feel like metal, although you can still tell that it's plastic. On the bottom, it has the 1-watt speaker, which is actually quite loud. We are in a room with quite a few people, and it is not the quietest room in the world, but the speaker you can still hear across the room. Then you have the buttons, volume up, volume down, and the lock button. You have the flash for the camera, the 2 LED flash, the camera itself, which is 13 megapixels, and then the laser autofocus. This right here is what's making the pictures so fast and quick to take. Then up in the top, something that you only see on the international model, but we should still address, is the antenna. So this antenna is going to be for international models to be watching TV and things, but that will not be on the US model. Then on the top, you have an IR blaster. And then in the front, again, you have the speaker for actually making phone calls, the thing that a phone is originally for. You have the camera right next to it, and that's the 2 megapixel camera, the LG logo on the bottom, and then again on the bottom you have the mic, the headphone port, and the micro USB jack. This does also have wireless charging integrated. They have wireless charging cases, or excuse me, not cases, stands. They're actually really, really cool stands. If I get this device, that will be one of my first additional purchases for this as an accessory. So in all, this device is fantastic. After using this in comparison to the G2, they've made great improvements with how it feels in your hand, how it looks, and how it functions. It's something that I'm definitely looking into purchasing, and something that I think that we'll see in the hands of a lot of Android users. I would definitely put this on top for the devices that are currently in market.